This is a story about Dr. Alan Cantwell. I went over my previous emails and presentations. Quite a bit of information this came from a Canadian website that put this information together. They did a very good job. If you look at the issue of this, it's most definitely a bioengineered weapon. We went over this with 4 different interviews with Dr. Francis Boyle. We'll get it back on to talk about this. And if you look at this, there's no doubt in my mind this is not a spontaneous kind of wet market virus. This is a bioweapon that was specifically aimed at causing major changes to the world economy, to cull the elderly, weak, and the multi-system organ disease, and to affect everybody, be pushing them into a digital matrix and a new digital monitoring currency and new world order. This is not by chance. And we collaborated with all our agencies and the Communist Chinese, which are now, as of December, Donald Trump got both our economy with the Canada, United States, and Mexico in one treaty, which his son-in-law did. And the other, of course, was the arrangement with China, with them accepting phase 1 of their financial arrangements. So 2 of the 10 zones of the world order for financial system set up by the Council on Foreign Relations in 1973 are included. If we look at the issues here, the new virus appears to be tightly focused to China. And China, of course, we know there are other people or other races are being affected, but it seems to affect males more, 5-to-3 ratio. It affects the elderly, affects people with pre-existing conditions. So let's go through some of the other important information here. Virologists have kind of well talked about this idea. We have the viral exposure. We need NIOSH masks, defense wipes. We have hazmat suits now, head to toe, and we have eye visors. We have airway safety, and of course that's a NIOSH mask. We also want to suppress the virus with our broadcaster frequencies to the area, and have, like in hospitals, in ultraviolet curtains and technology to make sure the virus can't spread inside the hospital ventilation system or inside apartment buildings. And you have filters so toilets that flush won't create an aerosol that they found in Hong Kong and actually infected other people. The antivirals, our NutriMeds, are fantastic. They're able to stop the virus from replicating and prevent mitochondrial failure and cytokine storms. Our latest addition is our new product we're adding to. We have their Power C Plus, our NutriDefense, which kills the viral capsid, and the Cellophance Plus turmeric curcumin is 800% more absorbed, and a new powder form to mix in drinks, which is a Cell Defense Curcu Gold. We need also to be able to monitor people and determine when they need to be transferred to into intensive care unit if we can't maintain their body and their mitochondria, and they need to be intubated and put an oral heart-lung bypass. But if you have a proper monitoring system, we can catch people early so that they don't go so far down the road, especially if they're older or frail, so they won't die. NutriMedical, you can order the nutraceuticals by phone at 9 to 3 Pacific time, 888-212-8871. You can drop me an email and I'll give you a free advice back by email. If you're a regular customer and you have a time window and you have something really urgent, I can contact you back by phone, but I'm really busy. PCR testing, I'm now recruiting people to health professionals, doctors, nurses, chiros, etc., to get a biophilia scanner machine. I now sell them, and with the training and technology, I recently got downloads of the bioresonant frequencies on the to be able to actually monitor either locally or remotely the presence of the SARS-CoV-19 139 kilodalton glycoprotein, which we can monitor. If that's present, then we need to make sure they immediately start on viral suppression and cytokine suppression therapy. And they're in isolation, not just quarantine. We need to actually have prepper supplies, food, water, power, personal care, things like walkie-talkies and other means of civil communication. I strongly recommend everybody should be signed up with a local sheriff here in America or your other country, and have basic cardiac life and basic trauma life support courses and splints and things for lacerations and broken bones, because you can't assume that the healthcare resources will be available. As far as COVID-19, they have the U.S. patent for the old previous virus. We know that China basically the trade deal back in December 2019. The World Trade Zones are in the USMCA Zone 3. We mentioned about CFR 1973, the Council on Foreign Relations. China, Phase 1, World Trade Organization, two largest of the 10 zones of the world economy. So they're moving to a 10-zone world economy, and the two largest economies will probably make up 75% of the world economy. China makes up 28.6% of world manufacturing of consumable goods, and America 18.6%. So you take that roughly 18% and 28%, you're basically close to around half of the world manufactured goods are made in those two economies for consumables for the rest of the world. The Wuhan, China live market, no plausible reason for this to be expected. It's interesting, in China, the year of the rat started in January 2020, year 4718, and it turns out, dictator Xi in China is a member, was born in the year of the rat, just being sarcastic. World ID, 10 zones, October 1st, biometric ID, Belt and Road, 4 Powers Agreement, gold-backed cashless trade. We look at NutriMedical. We have our YouTube channel and our Vimeo channel. All of our shows, by the way, are and now Genesis as of the 1st of March. I'm also be able to launch what's called Vimeo Radio, which means all the shows are on Genesis on audio, and also be sent over on Vimeo, YouTube, live stream, and Facebook. We also do shows 7 days a week, and we can do multi-site conferences. You can log in and watch them free on your iPhone, iPad, computer, or your pad. You want to prep now, don't assume, and to prep correctly with your neighbors. Make sure you have your neighbors involved, because you need to take a neighborhood of people protecting each other from roving bands of people that might not have supplies and may be very violent over this when things really fall apart. You want to connect to your local sheriffs, BCLS, BTLS, and devices. And, of course, we have the thing: family, neighbors, community, and state, country. And it's the same things. We want to deal with the various layers of this. The viral issue is weak, and we want to identify people who have the virus even before they're symptomatic, and then suppress it and prevent the viral thing. We want to also make sure we prevent the inoculum load, or the load of virus that can cause another infection, by using our viral suppression technology and radionics. And we want to increase reduce the herd spread of the virus and prevent it from mutating or adapting to not only human but non-human like pet populations. So we've looked at things like our testing, quantum viral testing, isolation, etc., and we have our natural antivirals and our anti-cytokines. And let's look at the bioweapons. We have the CD4 cell count. You have to understand this virus can actually drop your CD4 cell count. So you want to get cytokine levels, and these can be done by quick and rapid tests in these little mobile units or mobile teams that can come out. We have the anti-RNA capsid NutriDefense, which actually tears off the capsule of all RNA and DNA viruses. We have NutriMune that tags all pathogens. We have our antivirals like Nutridyne, which is plasma monoatomic iodine. It's more powerful than anything else in the world there. It also detoxes all other halides. Allicin Med from Germany, 200 milligrams more than Alamad, with more power to kill all pathogens, including co-pathogens, bacteria, fungi. Because it may not be just the virus that gets you, it could be also these other co-pathogens.